Hello, everyone. Well, even though we just saw severe storms Friday in the region, already today we have a small chance of severe storms, and unfortunately for tomorrow, looking like a slightly better chance. So we're going to break down both days for you, starting at 10 a.m. this morning. Looks like the early morning hours completely dry, so nothing to worry about for the morning commute, but as early as 10 a.m., some isolated showers starting to pop up along a warm front that's going to be working in to the region. So isolated showers late morning through the early afternoon, and there'll be a light breeze around, gusts around 15 miles per hour. But the problem is this warm front stalling out over us, not quite clearing us. So with the front stalled out over us, we're in the northern part of the region, it looks like, and a little wave of low pressure working in. It looks like the rain chance sticking around and actually going up as we get into the late afternoon hours. And I think the uptick is going to occur around 6 o'clock or so this afternoon. So right around homebound commute time. Notice now we're talking about scattered showers and now the possibility of thunderstorms coming in. And I do think there's a good chance we're going to see some heavy rain, lightning, and maybe there is a small chance. I don't think it's going to be common, but we can't rule out some damaging wind and hail. Though I do think the chance is low. It is not zero. So got to mention it beginning around 6 o'clock this afternoon. It does look like a period where we're going to continue to see this scattered activity on through the evening hours. Here's 8 o'clock, still dealing with scattered showers. And again, mostly weak storms. We're watching out for a couple of stronger storms. 10 o'clock, still talking about scattered activity. I think when we're going to start to see things quiet down again and the chance of rain dropping is going to be around midnight. So really looking at a window from 6 o'clock to midnight where we're dealing with scattered showers and storms. And I do think a pretty good chance of some heavy rain and lightning, but fortunately the chance for damaging wind and hail, low. It is not zero, but fortunately it is low. We are not worried about tornadoes. We are not worried about flooding, but I do have to mention it. In a worst case scenario, could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and up to quarter-size hail in a couple spots. And again, the window of opportunity from 6 o'clock this afternoon until midnight. Wish we could stop there, but we can't because we got to talk about the chance of severe storms for tomorrow. Now, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, notice how not much going on. I'm just talking about some stray showers around, and temporarily the warm front, again, still stalled out, and that's why we're still seeing the variety in temperatures. Mid-40s, Hammond, Valparaiso, Michigan City, below 50s in the southern part of the region. And by the way, becoming breezy late this afternoon and then just staying breezy all night tonight, and it'll still be breezy tomorrow morning. But notice 11 a.m., maybe even less activity. We'll call it isolated showers early morning, but then maybe just stray showers around lunchtime. And to be honest with you, it's looking like it could be completely dry early, mid-afternoon hours, maybe even into the late afternoon, because finally, the stalled out front moving again as a warm front, and it will clear us. And so tomorrow is looking warmer, and I do think temperatures are going to become more uniform across the region. But unfortunately, beginning in the evening hours, it looks like, again, probably going to be dry, maybe even into the late afternoon. But beginning in the evening hours, we have the potential for seeing 2 rounds of shower and thunderstorm activity. It looks like there's going to be some activity ahead of the cold front and then more activity along the cold front, similar to what we saw on Friday, where we saw storms develop ahead of the cold front and then more along the cold front. The question this time, though, is how much activity ahead and along the cold front. The models are still a little bit messy and also a little bit messy in the exact timing of the cold front. But it really looks like the chance for storms doesn't come back on Tuesday until the evening hours. Right now, 7, 8 o'clock, probably the earliest. And I do think it's going to get windy in the evening hours as well. And we may just continue to see temperatures rise through the evening until that cold front arrives. So right now, this model seems to be doing the best. So looking like a window roughly 8 o'clock until 11 o'clock in the evening for the showers and storms ahead of the cold front, and then watching for additional showers and storms very late evening into the overnight hours. This model is saying maybe pushing in around 11 o'clock and clear of us by 2 a.m., but I don't want to guarantee that right now because, again, some models a little bit earlier than this and some models later than this. I will say the earlier the front arrives, the more likely it is that we will get severe storms. The later it gets here, the less likely we will see severe storms. So here's where things stand right now. Do think there is a better chance of severe storms tomorrow. Mainly, the biggest reason why, probably because we're looking at 2 rounds of activity ahead of the cold front and then more activity along the cold front. The question, the uncertainty is how much activity, how many storms ahead of the front and how many storms along the cold front. But we absolutely see the potential. So that boosts the chance for severe storms for tomorrow. And also the worst case scenario is looking slightly worse. I mentioned today wind gusts no more than 50 miles per hour, but tomorrow I'm not going to rule out wind gusts as high as 60 miles per hour. Still the potential for quarter-size hail. And then unfortunately for tomorrow evening, I can rule it out today, but I can't rule out for tomorrow evening an EF0 or EF1 tornado. The chance very small, but not zero. So still some uncertainty, some details we need to iron out. So look for an update on this tomorrow morning.